Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are new, welcome. My name is Elizabeth. I am a medium, divine channeler, spirit extractor specialist, white witch, divine alchemist, and I also happen to be a divine feminine on the path of ascension. Thank you to all of my amazing subscribers. I love you all. You mean the world to me. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all of my clients. Thank you for referring others. It's just been such an honor to be able to help you on your journeys. This particular video is going to be about the month of April and some of the challenging energies that we're going to be experiencing. So getting right into it. So if you haven't been aware already, Mercury retrograde is on its way back. I know it's a difficult time, but we do need to look at the bright side of Mercury retrograde. But anyway, Mercury retrograde is going to be April 21st to May 14th, and then we have a new moon solar eclipse on the 20th. And this is in Aries, and so we have plenty of very intense energies that are going to be coming our way. Some of the messages in which I've received for this month definitely have to do, of course, with going within. So, of course, we are going to be going within. We have the Mercury retrograde, always a time to go back. Whatever it is that we missed, whatever it is that we need to reflect upon, whatever layers are still left from our healing, what we haven't been conscious of, Mercury retrograde helps us to be conscious of it. And of course, with the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, we have very fiery energy. We're already in the month of Aries for that fiery energy. And Aries energy is all about taking action, moving ahead, making dreams come true, starting new projects, new adventures. I gotta go, I gotta get it going. What is it that I can do? How can I make this happen, right? And when it comes to eclipses are, of course, very strong energy. Solar eclipse, a lot of fiery energy burning away what no longer serves. We have the new moon. New moon is about new beginnings, right? And they are huge closure points. So what I'm receiving for the new moon solar eclipse, it's definitely going to be burning away what has been disempowering us. What are our fears? How have we been self-sabotaging? How are we blocking ourselves? Where have we been rejecting ourselves? Where have we been feeling that we are not enough? Where are we in distorted value, not really understanding our value? How are we judging ourselves? All of these different types of topics are going to be coming up because it's preventing us from aligning with our authentic self and expressing from our authentic self and really being of service in the world. Right? Living our purpose, also creating anything personally that means so much to us, anything that we feel like we really desire in life. And how are we blocking ourselves? What types of beliefs or programs are there? Is it societal programs? Are there programs and beliefs that are from ancestors that are very limited? Have we experienced tragedies? Have we experienced trauma where a lot of these things we have not processed and we have created these different types of stories and beliefs which have been blocking us? Where have we been living from separation, from illusion? What types of habits and behaviors and patterns have been blocking us from making our dreams a reality? And so much of these clues are going to be from childhood. It's going to be also from where ancestors have passed it down. And this is not blaming ancestors. This is where can we no longer carry our ancestors' burdens. And a lot of it also comes from other lifetimes, as I always say. Even if you don't remember the lifetimes, our cells remember it. So we have a lot of cellular imprinting, cellular memories from these different lifetimes where we've lived and we've had different traumas and tragedies, and there's fear imprints that are there. So it's gets to be quite a lot, and I know for so many of you, so many who I've worked with and I continue working with, I know that you've been making progress, and I know that healing is not linear, and I explain this all the time, and so falling into resistance, it happens. So don't be surprised if you do have some resistances come up with such challenging energy in April. I do get with April, it's going to be about really addressing those frustrations, the impatience. You may be feeling anger or resentment or placing blame because you're not where you want to be. Maybe you have wanted to start a mission, a business. There's something that you wanted to do, take a trip, create some type of project, make changes to something in your life, and you have not been able to do that. Why? Right? What is blocking you? It makes it very clear when we go through these types of closures, because that's what these cosmic events are. We're closing out what no longer serves. It's going to be extremely important. It's going to be a vital thing, honestly, to stay really connected to your higher self, connected to source, connected to the love that you and your twin flame are, if you resonate with being a twin flame. The alignment is going to be a lifesaver. It really is, for the month of April, because when we're in tumble dry and it gets to be really crazy, it's that much important that we find our core. And our core is the truth, which is the love, which is the light, right? It gets to be pretty crazy, and sometimes we forget, right? And we fall into the illusions, and the ego starts getting the best of us. And with the month of April, it's going to be extremely important that you take the time to make those connections. So whatever that means to you, for others, it's it's meditation. For other people, it's going to be prayer. However you connect with source energy, however you connect with Mother, Father, God, however you connect with your higher self, your team, it's going to be really so important that you make those connections and you find that alignment and you find that union when so much of this is going on. I cannot stress enough that when we go through the Mercury retrograde and an eclipse, that the Hermit Seeker is really going to serve you. I know many of you get exhausted and you're tired. Oh, I'm tired of going within. I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of doing the work. And I hear you. I really do. I understand how hard this can be. I also understand, though, how strengthening it can be. And to remind yourself that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And that all of these things, all of these processes, they are actually working for you. This is happening for you. It's not happening to you. And that's a very important reminder. And we all fall into resistances at times, right? That's just how it goes, right? It's a part of our healing. But the more that we can allow our emotions and we can allow ourselves to feel them, the more that we can take the time out to process things, to send light to ourselves, love to ourselves, forgive others. I'm not saying this is a 1, 2, 3 process, because it's not. But the more that we can do that, the less we're in the resistance, and the more we can bring in transformation, right? We go through all of these processes, we go through all of these closures, because we are here to liberate ourselves from illusion. The things that come up and they certainly will come up. I do get this April, we're going to have the shadow work come up of what has been blocking us. We're going to have the patterns and the behaviors and the habits resurface. A lot of times we have to operate from those. Okay, and it's hard. It's hard when we're conscious of it, and it feels like it's the end of the world. That's how it feels. And sometimes we get caught up again in the illusion, so that way we could recognize it. We get caught up again in the habit or the behavior or the thought, the emotion, so we could recognize it. We can recognize it, and then it makes it more vulnerable to transformation. And that's certainly what's going to be happening this month. Chaotic energy. So this is not to scare anyone. This is just so that way you understand that you are not crazy, and that there is a loving collective that is going through this with you, and to realize that once we get through this type of energy, we are then going to be more in alignment with who we are. We'll be more in alignment with Source. That way, when we are more in alignment with our true selves, we'll have a much better idea, much more clarity as to why we're here, what we're really meant for. We'll have more of our gifts come on board. We'll be able to authentically express ourselves. We'll be able to make changes where they are in alignment with our souls. They are in alignment with our true path and not just what we thought. We'll be able to shed those masks, those identities that we really believed kept us safe when they didn't. And we'll be able to align with our sovereignty. And that is something to really get excited about, because we want to move through life as our authentic soul, right? We want to be able to be of service and really use our skills, use our knowledge, use our abilities in ways in which are really going to help people and really help the planet. So the April new moon, solar eclipse in Aries, and the Mercury retrograde is really going to help to get underneath what has been disempowering you, what has been stopping you from moving forward and creating and making things happen in your physical reality. It's going to get underneath where the fears are, which are keeping you from taking actions that are in alignment with your soul and in alignment with your soul's true path. And it's not easy to get underneath that. And a lot of times frustrations arise with other people when you are on a spiritual journey where others don't resonate with it. And sometimes the world gets to be so much, it gets to be so noisy that you kind of have to shut that world out, and you have to just go somewhere where you can be alone and go into prayer, go into thought, go into meditation, do some, quiet reflection. And hey, that is what you need. Take it. Take it, because you're only going to benefit from that. And another reminder here too is, impatience is something that happens when we are still functioning from attachment, right? We're attached to time. We're attached to expectations. And when we are in that attachment mode, that's when we get frustrated, we get impatient, we think time is running out. We then start making up these stories that maybe things aren't going to happen for me, this is not possible, this connection's not going to work out with my beloved because of this, this, and this. And we start just going into the monkey mind, right? So wherever those attachments lie, wherever those fears are, it's about going to that, getting underneath that, and really getting to the root of things, allowing those roots to emerge so that way we can pull it out from the root and we can invite new energy in, a healthier belief, a healthier program. And this is definitely what's going to help you to move things forward. So once we are out of the Mercury retrograde energy, we get through the energy of the new moon solar eclipse, that big intense energy that comes right up and out. When we are in the mid-May energy, we're going to find ourselves in a much better space to take actions, to move things forward, to feel confident, to really know more of our true value and our true worth. And we are closing the doors on some of the attachments that we have had to past people, past timelines, past events, things that we've been holding on to that do not serve anymore. And there's that liberation where we can be free to move forward, take actions, and create. So give yourself what it is that you need. For some of you, it will be getting out into nature and connecting in that way, so that way you can just ground and you can release back into the earth what doesn't serve and re-energize. For others, it will go into more prayer, meditation, divine ritual. As far as things that I do, I love to be able to connect with my team, my higher self. I can't recommend that more. Connecting with source. For some people, it's doing it through prayer, or just really doing a meditation where you're opening up and you're listening. For some, it's going to be using oracle cards or channeled writing. That works too. For some, it's just going to be taking time to connect to your breath, connect to your body, and just be still. For some, all of the above. Journaling, the list goes on. But I know how hard it is when we have these shadows come up, and don't be surprised if you have a lot of these frustrations that come up, this fiery energy, even angers that come up. It's all a part of transforming. And if you are having guilts come up for choices that you've made from the past, you're blaming yourself, you're judging yourself, you're rejecting yourself. These are the very things that we want to get underneath, right? And it's to realize that we made choices because we made them from our false identities. We made them from who we thought we were. We did the best that we could with what we were conscious of, right? But as we go through this spiritual awakening and we shed our old skin and we're more in alignment with who we are, then we realize, okay, those choices, not for me anymore. But the blame, the shame, the guilt, the judgment, the rejection, feeling neglected, abandoned, all of those things, those are the wounds that we want to be able to allow to come up to the surface. We want to feel it out. And we want to try to, as much as possible, stay out of the judgment and just give love to ourselves, just give compassion, bring in the love, bring in the light, bring in the forgiveness to ourselves, forgiving others. And it's not a 1, 2, 3 thing. We can't force it, but it's just connecting, making those connections so that way transformations can take place. So do what you need to do. I hope this video was helpful. The divine alignment is going to be your core this month as you go through these shadows in a very fiery, intense way. And the memories that surface, give them the time to give you the messages that you really need to understand. Whether it's through dreams or it comes up, you're having flashes, you're having the emotions erupt. Give it the voice. Give it a voice. Because it's only going to help you, so that way you can progress and you can move forward into the life of your dreams. If you are struggling, I am here, theparanormalpriestess.com. I will leave all that information in the description below, as I normally do. I offer personal readings, and these come with very comprehensive support material for free that I have written, divine rituals, and these different tools that I have gathered over the years from various teachers that I've had. So these are coming with your session, and I have definitely heard very good things with people who have made progress. And I also offer light language healing sessions, healing activation sessions to help you to make these incredible shifts. So if you are struggling, light language, I always recommend is super helpful, and especially following a reading, it really helps to just get into those blockages and help to shift and activate parts of you, including your light bug. So I am here. I am here to support you with whatever you need on your ascension journey, your twin flame journey, theparanormalpriestess.com. Thank you so much. And remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings, and I will see you soon.